Hey YouTube, J-Bob the Video Game Slob, coming back at you. Should have gotten this video out a week ago, but life got really busy between kids being sick and having to, leave for work, and so through the magic of video editing, we'll stick on the end of this video last week's sales to get you that GOAT estate sale price update, let you know how we're going on that, do just the general owning a antique mall showcase and being a video game reseller, what's been selling. We'll do that piece at the end. But we got some crazy, stupid pickups here from the local game store. This guy brought this in with a sticker that says make offer. And so we paid $10 for this whole box. But when we go down to the local game store, he always finds these receipts. So as you can see, we got a GameStop receipt from 2013. Somebody bought Lord of the Rings Arrogance Quest for $10. And look at those dirty, terrible people didn't even buy the warranty. Oh, gosh, what a travesty here. So $10 all in here. I already own one of these, but this stupid loot box, I think it's loot box. Does it say that? I don't know. Custom edition. I think it was a loot box. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Cool cover, but always cool to pick that up. That's a video game time is certainly forgetting rapidly. So nobody cares about that. Every time my buddy gets in one of the old Blockbuster cases, bam, there it is. I get that for free because he doesn't do anything with blank, stupid cases, so I always like that. And he hooks me up with all the jewel case, or loose, maybe you'd call them, PC games. And so actually there were some decent ones this time, but again, nobody comes into a game store to buy this stuff. But I love having the Where in the World Carmen Sandiego Deluxe Edition. If you grew up like me playing Carmen Sandiego, it is just such a treat to always end up with those in your collection. So with that, all the old fighting games, F-22 by Ocean there. Again, Ocean usually known for making the video games that were based on movies. But yeah, this one was hitting the high notes with things like Wing Commander and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. I think this is not the cool Battleship. This is just the actual game of Battleship that recreates the board game, not the one that's based on the movie that, although definitely sucks, is maybe a little better. I kind of have a thing with just how many different Barbie games they came out with, and I don't think I have Barbie's Magic Hairstyler, but I should follow up in one of these videos. I'll have to make a note. I'm going to guess that's like 6 or 8, which is, I guess, not all that many, but many more than I thought I would ever have or find. Any Sierra games a good game to collect? Well, maybe not. I don't know if the NASCAR racing is. I have some of these in big box. I have some of these in later years. This one says 7 bonus tracks, so this may be some kind of variant. We'll have to look. But there you go. That's some of that. What else we got in here? Oh yeah, the Amazon Trail. That's a hit. There's so many of these like different Amazon Trails, Oregon Trails, Yukon Trails. They definitely went down the rabbit hole there and did that. Hooked me up with a movie gallery rental box. I guess it doesn't say what they gave their old phone number on there, which is kind of funny. But it doesn't say what game that was in there. A PS1 game I didn't have, just a crappy racing game. Grand Tour Racing 98. I don't know. Didn't own it, so always like to grab that stuff when it comes super cheap. And here you go, this bad boy that a customer brought in that I tested out for him when I was in the store. Covered in cords. And I don't know if there's an official word for this, but I call it like plastic burn, where plastic cords like burn into other plastic. It's really weird phenomenon, but it happens with all these old games. The guy said he had a garage sale. Nobody bought it at the garage sale, but he couldn't bring it to himself to throw it out, so he kept it for 6 or 9 more months. And so now he has to get rid of it. He's moving or whatever. And yeah, so here we go. We got the Odyssey 500. Again, if this was a better YouTube channel, I'd know the facts for real. But, there's like the 100, 300, 500. They had a ton of these. Odyssey 2. But as you can tell, it's essentially just Pong. They're trying to confuse you. But the other ones came in really cool colors. There's yellow ones and red ones. And this is just this like graphite black kind of color. But it does have this really cool wood grain faux sticker there, making it look like a bowling alley or an Atari or something crazy like that. And these great colored, yellow and blue switches. So Yeah, they're just gigantic and would sell for no money if they ever did sell. So, all the more reason for him to keep them out of the store, and all the more reason for me to pick them up. So there you go. That's what we bought for the $10 mystery box here from the local game store. Hold on tight. We'll get an update for you on the GOAT estate sale. All right, welcome back, YouTube. J-Bob, the Video Game Slob here, going over part 2, the weekly sales update, letting you know what we sold and where we're at with that GOAT estate sale collection. Are we back to $8,000 yet? Let's take a look here. So yeah, some interesting things going on. You can see we're at the start of the new month here, so when we restocked last time, it was the end of February, so we're rolling over what's been going out this month. Some really great things. I love to see anything like a Pac-Man and a Midway arcade going out. PlayStation 2 fetching us $125 there. Certainly don't hate that. And getting rid of some more of that Ray Dunn stuff. We restocked more of it. We got a $5 sale there, and 2 went out at $3. So one of these showcases is $25 for the whole month. We've made half of that selling crap that I'm nothing into, that just sits on top of the showcases. So that's really nice. Anytime I'm selling games, $5 and under, these ATV Furies and Off-Roads, those are always fantastic. Shipping realistically now is $6 and $7 for a video game. It's fairly, ridiculous, for the ones that I'm selling from the GOAT estate sale online. So you can just imagine if you sell a $10 game on eBay, you're at $0. Even if you had nothing into it and got it for free. You really got to have these physical locations to sell these kind of games anymore. So hopefully it's, the reflection of how well sales are doing is a reflection of the economies just don't make sense to go buy this stuff online anymore. And you can just get it yourself locally. Anything with the star there is things that came out of the GOAT estate sale. So we moved to Ready to Rumble. Again, great to get rid of a sports game. Perfect Dark. Kind of do hate to see that go. Then somebody bought the Indigo GameCube that I just restocked. I marked it up $10 to $125. The Platinum, Silver, and Black are $115. But people don't buy those. That's the second Indigo in a row, so I got to get one of those up there. And then some games to go with that. And again, I've said this before, but reorganizing the booth, I moved like Beavis and Butthead up a shelf to go with some of the other cooler games from the GOAT estate sale. It had been in there for probably a year, and then that sold. Great spelling of Bassmasters there. But again, anytime you're selling Bassmasters hockey and then Riddick Bow boxing, you're having a great day. Turtles in Time, it was another one that was in there for like 9 months. I couldn't believe nobody bought. Finally headed out. That Mario Party for 12 is a Japanese one. I bought a huge lot of Japanese games and 64 games, and finally brought that back. Sold a 360 Elite Series for $80. Gotta appreciate that. That was another one. That Federation versus Xenon is, I moved some PS2 games around. Fantastic game, but that had been in there like a year and a half. So that's out of there. That's what's been selling this month. So we're doing like $100 a day, which is good. That means another $3,000 month, which is, again, like 50% higher than what we were doing last year. So love to see that. That's going to help fuel a lot of garage sale purchases this year. So good start to March, of course. But February, late February, March tend to be decent. We've seen all this stuff. Here was what sold after we met last week. Again, generic Xbox game. This stuff is always hard to track because, where do you put that? N64 with expansion pack for $150. I need to get that restocked. But again, being able to sell like a Beatles Rock Band game, that you pay $1 for $3. Great to have that stuff going out. And some stuff from the GOAT estate sale. Steel Diver on the 3DS. Never thought I'd get rid of that. So for $7, that's fantastic. The F-Zero heading out for $20. Got to appreciate that. PK Bomberman and one of the Double Dashes finally sold. So just good numbers there. But great to have that going toward the GOAT estate sale funds, which I need to head to the post office right after I film this piece to go mail out another one. So where did we end in February? $3,513.50 in sales. After credit card deductions, we ended up at a little north of $3,000, but then you got to take out the $125 in rental from that. So took home a check just short of $3,000. But hey, I earned the great state some good tax money, and the credit card folks a decent chunk as well. And of course, that'll at least cover somebody's paycheck for the week at the antique mall. So there you go. What does that put us at for the GOAT estate sale total? We are now, last week we were at $4,100. We are at $4,500. So a little north, $4,513.15. North of halfway. And, again, another $400 in sales this week toward that amount. And again, I work a full-time job. I work a secondary job. I got a wife and kids. So if you would have told me I'd be selling $400 a week in video games off of that sale, I would say that's fairly aggressive. We're on a great track. But the fact of the matter is we are still, nearly $4,000 short of being in the profit. So quite a bit of work to do. Continue to join us on this hunt. And let us know if it really was the GOAT estate sale or just a boat anchor weighing me down. YouTube, we appreciate you. We'll see you soon with a fresh video.